recent research shows that Facebook and Twitter might not be the best ways of engaging with users with content. But Natalie Jardine from the New Media Publishing Group says otherwise. Natalie?
Hi, Matt. Well, we believe that you don't really let go of the social media platforms entirely, especially ones as big as Facebook and Twitter. One of the reasons is a large group of South Africans specifically do a lot of their searching on social media platforms. So if you keep in mind that a lot of us would go to Google first, most people who are newer to the internet use Facebook and Twitter as search engines. So firstly, be there, because if someone's looking for something in your industry, you want to be on their search engine.
So what was the Forrester's research actually saying about social media?
What the research says is that your engagement is actually incredibly low. Even if you have 1 million likes, the turnaround to that is actually only 2% of the people will see your posts. And even less than that will actually engage. I think it's about 0.01% will actually engage with you. And
they suggest that you should use other.
And they suggest higher reach platforms like Instagram and Pinterest is a better use for your money and your time.
But do you think otherwise?
I do, because while Instagram is lovely and I enjoy using it, it's not actually fantastic for a brand. And if your audience isn't on Instagram or on Pinterest, it can have as much reach as it wants to have. It's not going to help your brand. If you're looking at any platform, whether it be social media or print or direct email even, if your audience is there and they will engage on that level, then you're talking in the right space.
So it's worth spending the money.
It's worth spending the money. It's about spending money when it's necessary, and also making sure your content is engaging and your audience finds that interesting.
But it's quite a technical thing. You need professionals to really help you with it, don't you?
Professionals or millennials, whatever you'd like to call them. We find that people, especially brands, think it's so easy. You know, I have a Facebook account, so of course I can manage the company's Facebook. No. There are a lot of things that people aren't aware of, and I find it quite interesting, you know, checking your analytics, what is the right time to post, what kind of content, how many words in a Facebook post on a Tuesday as opposed to a Thursday. So you definitely need someone who knows what they're doing to manage your social media.
I was sitting at the bar the other night, and this guy was writing numbers on a napkin. He was a brainiac churl, and he was telling me about his friend who's living on an island, and he's found this perfect way of marketing on Facebook. He's created a device that goes in, that can like calculate the back end and get the exact, the perfect solution to marketing on Facebook. That's
amazing.
And then building the campaign to then achieve that goal. So there's so many crazy, as you say, millennials coming up with these new ideas all the time to really take advantage of these platforms to get that reach, to maximize that reach.
Absolutely. I think the same way that print never gives up on a new way of promoting that, the social media boffins come up with the most amazing stuff. And every time Facebook, for example, what Facebook was doing, and it's mentioned in the Forrester's research, I think it was about a year ago, when they started doing only posts that are relevant to you and that the reader wants to see, which messed with the brand's plans quite a lot, because first you got to see everything, and now it's just stuff that pertains to you. And there are a lot of these.
I like that, by the way.
Of course we do. Though it messes with me a little bit, because there's stuff I want to see that I'm not seeing. So I feel like Facebook's censoring me a bit. But there's also these guys who are coming up with ways around that. So there's a lot happening in marketing research to bypass these things and actually get your message out to your audience.